I live in an off-grid home powered by water, and this is the first time powering up our system since early spring. We received over 8 inches of rain last week, which filled up this creek and made it so that we can power up our hydroelectric system. Unfortunately for me, this storm did bring in a lot of gravel, which filled in our dam. Every last bit needs to be removed before we can effectively operate the system. After a couple hours of shoveling, it's time to actually start diverting water and moving it down the pipe. The first place this water travels to is the secondary screening box, which I also need to make sure is completely clear. Leaves, needles, sticks, and other debris will gum up the turbine, and so we need to make sure it's only clean water headed down the pipe from here. When the water's flowing like this over the dam, we know that we're going to get great pressure down in the powerhouse. All I have to do now is open this valve and water starts flowing down the hill. Now that I'm down at the powerhouse, I'm just bleeding off the system one last time before we turn it on. I'm also double checking to make sure this deflector arm is working properly. This is what shuts the system down if there's any problems, so we need to make sure that it's in working order. Now I just have to open this valve to actually start water flowing onto the turbine. Once I raise this up, you can see the lights come on, which means we're producing power. I want to double check that safety mechanism, so I press that button and shut the system down. Everything's functioning great. All I got to do is turn the system back on and head on home. With 150 PSI, we have enough pressure to produce as much power as we want. Here's a brief overview of exactly how much power we're producing. Since we don't need all 30 kilowatts at this moment, we're producing 14,577 watts just from water alone. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them below.